I do want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys because there's a couple things. One, the stadium blinding CeeDee Lamb as he attempts to catch a touchdown is just objectively funny. The problem is with the Cowboys is I think a lot of the wind has been taken out of their sails because it's a lot less fun to make fun of them now because Dak is out. If this was happening, which it kind of was, if this was happening when Dak was playing, you're just like, let it burn, right? But now you're just anticipating them to suck. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. I know Cooper Rush did a nice job when Dak was out last time, but that team is just a shell of itself. You have Jerry Jones, who is going off and talking about the stadium. He's like, we'll just tear down the stadium and we'll just do a new one. He is obviously very, very frustrated. But there was another aspect that I want to bring up, and that was the quote by Micah Parsons. So this was brought up yesterday in the stream, and thank you very much for bringing this up. Because I thought that this was a pretty damning comment. It shows, like, again, kind of for the players, which is super dope. But this quote was pretty rough. So when asked about Mike McCarthy, because it is the last year of his contract, he goes, Mike can leave and go wherever he wants. Guys I kind of feel bad for are guys like Zach Martin and guys who might be on their last year on their way out, because that's who I wanted to hold the trophy for. So that's fine, right? I think that's a fine comment. It's just like stand up for your players and just like, yeah, man, like these are longtime veterans. I want to get in a ring, etc. You want to win games and do great things with those types of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. Freaking woof.
It's like, like buttholes, everybody has them.
That was awesome.
That is, and again, the whole thing is fine. And like, even the Mike can go wherever he wants. Like, that's totally fine. But it's the more work than Mike McCarthy ever did. Yeah. That's where it's, there are significant problems in Dallas.
Yeah. It's, you to have a player saying that your head coach doesn't put in the work, not a good look.
It's fair.
Not a good look. But like, this doesn't surprise us, right?
No.
And it's not that Mike McCarthy is a bad head coach. The Cowboys were having success. I think we've talked about it before, but it was like, I think Dan Quinn was keeping that team together. But when like Parsons says something like this and you just go, oh yeah, I mean, I get it. That makes sense. Mike McCarthy's never seemed like the guy who's, I don't know, out scheming folks, if you know what I'm saying. Bill Belichick, you want to go to, is Bill going to Dallas? That's what I want to know.
Jerry would pay the money for Bill to go to Dallas 1,000,000,000%.
Good God. It's just like
full of curses.
Yeah, you can't have that. You can't have your head coach's work ethic being questioned.
No, because that's where things just get unraveled, right? Because we talk about losing locker rooms all the time. And like this, when you have a vet who's about to get paid a ton of money in Micah Parsons, who the Cowboys consider a franchise player, and there was already all of the stories and rumors about Mike McCarthy and him being on the outs like this year and not having a job after the season with the Cowboys. And for it to turn into this, like you have one of your, and your QB is out. I would argue, right? Micah Parsons is probably the guy right now in that locker room. And on top of that, Zeke, who just got suspended for showing up later, not showing up to meetings. Like, it is just putting together. I know we're on the outside looking in, but when you have players like that who are saying, hey, like the work ethic, like you said, is not great from our head coach, that is brutal.
And this was a game Dallas fumbled lost 4 fumbles in this game.
Yeah, Zeke fumbled,
Their players did not play well.
Good enough, Beast. Good enough.
I think you also saw like Dak wasn't having a good season, but you saw how much he means to the team as well. Like the drop off from Dak to Cooper Rush and the insertion of Trey Lance was significant. Cooper Rush had like 45 passing yards.
Yeah.
45.
They brought in Trey Lance.
Yeah. Trey finished with 21. It was like 6 attempts, but like, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Dak might still be a top 10 quarterback. He might be a top 5 quarterback after that dip.
But again, it's
Taking off
only
the Z.
CeeDee Lamb. That's their whole offense. It's just
They
like
got one player in Dak. It's they've got a lot of thinking, soul searching to do in Jarrah world.
Yeah, dude, I think it's a mess. And like, kudos to the Eagles. I mean, again, it's less fun because I still don't think you have you don't it's not a good gauge. It's a big win, but now they're going to be going up against the Commanders on Thursday night. I think we're going to get a good Thursday night football game. And speaking of the Commanders, they went toe to toe with the Steelers. Holy crap. That Russell Wilson ball to Mike Williams. You see Russell Wilson dancing?
Did I see him dancing?
Did you see him dancing?
Yes.
He was dancing. He's a
You know
happy
what it's like to
man.
watch Russell Wilson dance when you lose to Kansas City? Russell Wilson throws game-winning touchdown to Mike Williams. Aaron Rodgers didn't want Mike Williams.
Yep.
Denver Broncos didn't want Russell Wilson.
Yep.
It was everybody made the wrong choice. The Broncos are going to be good with Bo Nix. We're happy with our decision, but it's just
I believe.
funny.
Yeah, this is a stupid. In terms of this has been around forever, right? Because we want God to shine on the Cowboys and it's a competitive advantage.
We want God to see us lose football games. Really piss him off.
But again, when things are bad for the Cowboys,
Ew,
every little thing is going to be significantly worse.